Hi guys, Mike Bidwell with Mankato Motors, out for my first drive in the all-new 2016 Nissan Maxima. I'm driving the SL model. We'll see what they're getting here out of this new four-door sports car. First impression as I sit here in the cabin is that this is a nice, comfortable interior. Love the big display screen for the stereo. This does come equipped with the GPS system and the all-around view monitor. So backup camera as well as the sides and the front. The display for the gauges is similarly large and easy to read. The center display giving fuel economy and distance to empty as well as the rest of the trip information we're accustomed to seeing. Very easy to see and easy to read. Steering wheel mounted radio controls are intuitive, easy to access, easy to use. It looks a little cluttered, but when you actually analyze them, they're less complicated than what they first appear. Sitting at the stoplight looking at the interior trim, I love the stitching that you see all the way through the seats and the center console, the brushed aluminum accents, even the dual zone automatic climate control system. The fact that the knobs actually come out and are easy to grip is certainly a plus for using this system. I find the seats to be nicely bolstered. Suspension holds great as I go through the curves, but isn't so aggressive that it's obnoxious over the bumps. So a smooth, comfortable ride, pleasant note to the exhaust system. Hear just a little bit of performance as I get my foot into it. Responds quickly. The continuously variable transmission actually is nice for day-to-day use. It's got a good performance feel, but at the same time holds the RPMs of the engine nice and low when I'm just idling along, so fuel economy numbers will be respectable. Does feel like a sports car a bit when I'm traveling though. I do notice as I look around, visibility is great. Mirrors are a little bit large, but not so hard to see behind, although the one on the right side is a little tough. We'll take it on a bumpy road, see how that goes. Going over the manhole covers and the day-to-day bumps that you feel in any typical city road in Minnesota with the wonderful weather that we have here, the heat and then the cold. And you can feel the bumps in the road, you can feel the manhole covers, you hear a little bit of noise coming from them, but it's a particularly isolated feel. With this quiet cabin and that little bit of exhaust note, I really find myself with a desire to cut this thing loose and get my foot into that pedal a little more, and find myself being frustrated by the traffic in front of me preventing me from doing so. It's probably a good thing since the speed limit's 30 and I know I wouldn't be able to keep this thing down to 30. It's just way too much fun to get going with it. This is a fun car to drive. It feels luxurious, it feels rich, but at the same time it feels sporty and aggressive. I can tell this would be a car that'd be a lot of fun to handle. Oh yeah. No lag whatsoever with the V6 and the CVT. Handles just like a dream. Get into a concrete road. Very little difference in sound between a concrete road and the asphalt that I was just driving on. Brakes are confident without being twitchy. Steering is equally responsive without feeling like it's overly so. Throttle doesn't take a lot of teasing, a lot of tempting in order to get it moving. But it's also not real twitchy, so it's a joy to drive that way as well. Sitting at a stoplight again, playing with the control that you have in the center console for the radio and navigation unit. I find it to be very intuitive and easy to use. Lets me rest my elbow on the center console and control the screen for the radio without having to lift up my arm. So it definitely is going to promote laziness on my part behind the wheel of this car. Easy to use though, with the twist the dial to get it to go through the menus on the radio, press the center of it in order to select the back button, the menu, the map, and even going into voice commands. Just a nice, easy, intuitive control to use. Cruising along at highway speeds now, I can feel again a little bit of the bumps in the road, but nothing too horrible. In fact, it's a very solid feel. This car, I would say, has got a significantly more solid feel than the outgoing model, the 2014. While the Maxima was certainly a nice vehicle before, they definitely have upped the game with the new model. Having sold Nissan now for a little over 4 years, I got to experience the old one and I was impressed with that one. But with the sexy lines that they put to this new car and the way that they've solidified the drive, I have to say I'm impressed with the changes that they made. While perhaps not as roomy as the Altima, the Maxima definitely gives you good space in the backseat too. So as a four-door sports car comes, this is about as nice as you're going to be able to make that. Large dual sunroof, just some nice amenities, well trimmed. Overall, I'd say driving this new Maxima for the first time, this is definitely a home run for Nissan. If you're in the market for a near luxury car, something in the Acura, the Lexus line, Infiniti line, the Maxima is definitely going to be one that you want to have on your list. Thanks for watching. Mike Bidwell with Mankato Motors. Check me out, www.mikebidwellcars.com.